This video, man, we're going to show you how to do the IVAs. I had to get them changed, but before we start this video, I wanted to take a minute to send a shout out to Marvelous Marv. His YouTube channel is Marvelous Marv 379. Pretty humble, pretty good guy. One of the best in the industry right now, YouTubing / trucking. I like his channel a lot. The other day I left a comment on his video, and what do you know? He came to my channel, watched some videos, left some comments. That shows me the type of character he is. Even though he has over 250,000 subscribers, he still checks the comments. He still manages to reply, and good person. If you guys don't follow him yet or already, make sure you like his videos and subscribe to him. I know I'm not a big time YouTube page right now. At some point I want to get up to him. Like I said, he's one of the best right now. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate you coming back to my channel, showing me love, and like I said, man, shows me what kind of character you are. Keep doing you, man. Hope I don't let you down, and let's continue with this video. Welcome to another one. We're here at the yard. Got a couple projects to do. First of all, I removed a couple things already. You guys can see I took the intake off. We're gonna start working on taking the valve covers off because we're gonna be replacing the actuators, the IVA actuators. Got my beautiful wife here with me. She wants to do some work, she says, so she's gonna start taking the valve covers off. Of course, I'm gonna be walking her through it. She helped me take the intake off, like I said, and let's get to it. What I noticed is the valve half an inch for these bolts, so it's 1, 2, 3, and then there's another 3 on the other side. So let's get those started. Oh man, you gonna get me copyrighted with that song, man.
Sorry.
That's alright. I'm not getting paid right now, so. And then on the other side, I'm pretty sure there's 3 more. How many are there? 1, 2. Yeah, 3 more. Okay, here's the valve. Just gotta make sure we don't put no dirt in there. I know it's kind of hard with this dark freaking yard. This is what we're gonna be changing, these actuators. Okay, and for these, we need a special tool. You got the regular Torx, man, the work is gonna strip these. So you need the Torx Plus. So these 4 bolts right there are Torx Plus 10. Okay. So what we want to do is disconnect it. Disconnect both of them. It's just that little clip, and it should come right off. So, and then here's what I found. I found this at a store in Bolingbrook, Northern Tools, I should say. And then the green one, that's a Torx Plus 6, which is for these little ones, the ones that are missing right here. The new ones come with them because they come in as packaging, because these come off. So when the new ones come in, obviously you want to get them in here with them, and when you're done torquing all these 4, then you take off the last 2. So, but let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, so they send you 2 bags. I got one here, one's right there, of bolts. You gotta make sure which ones you're using, because look at the difference. Okay, at that point, what you could do is take one of the old ones off and measure it with them. Obviously, I would need the longer ones on this one. Okay, the longer ones, because the other ones you're gonna need them for here. It's just, you gotta measure them, because you don't want to use the wrong bolt of the wrong side, and it won't work the same. And this one's a little smaller. So these are the ones I'm going to use. It's the longer bolts. These are the smaller ones, and I'm going to save them for the next actuator. Okay, so just remember, one actuator is going to use the longer bolts and the other actuator is going to use the shorter bolts. Just make sure you measure the first actuator you take off. That way you know which bolt you're using first. Okay, so obviously I took one actuator off. My camera lady wasn't recording, so I will show you how to remove the second one off. I already showed you guys the bolt sizes, so there's only one way to put these on there, and you can see it on the grooves. Okay, there's 2 screws. We go this way anyway because we have the cables right here. Okay, so with these, when you screw them on there, I already got this one started. Tighten it up. We gotta go on a cross pattern. Okay, always go on the cross pattern on these. So we don't want to get them, you want to get them tight, but not too tight, because these get torqued by like inches, not pounds like everything else. Okay, let me just give it another little tug. Okay. So let's connect it right back, clip it, and that's why we got this torque bit. Remember what I told you guys that the new ones come in with shipping bolts? That's these 2 right here. We want to get these removed before you guys forget, because if we don't, could be a couple problems with this. And these are just for shipping purposes, like I said, just for these actuators not to come apart, because they come into like two or three different pieces. Okay, now we take them off. This one is good. Now, what I'm gonna do is just put these back in the old actuator. That way it just keeps it in place. And I don't lose any bolt at all. Just like that. Okay. Now this is the car. We take it back to the dealership. We get money back, like I want to say like 350 back. But these things are expensive, mad expensive. Why do we change these? You change these if you get codes 94, 93. It's either high or low volts, no readings at all, or stuff like that. That'll derate your engine. So they come in pairs, they come in 2s, but I grabbed all 6 already. They need to be serviced every 250,000 miles, as I've read. I haven't changed these since I got the truck, so I might as well change all 6 instead of just 2, because they says if you change 2, then the other 2 or the other 4 could go bad, and then you got to open it up again. So I might as well do all of them at once. Guys, be very careful with these. The last thing you want to do is have a piece in that engine that is not supposed to be in there, and then you turn it on and it's pretty catastrophic. So just be very careful, take your time. These tools right here are real hard to find. I couldn't find them at Home Depot. I couldn't find them at Harbor Freight. I couldn't find them anywhere. I was lucky enough to find these, which is this one right here, and it's at Bolingbrook. I think it's called Northern Tools. Pretty cool store. And then, like I said, the other one, these are even smaller. These are T10, which is pretty small already. These, the shipping bolts, are T6, so that's even harder. But I was able to find that one on Amazon for about $8. Okay. And then these, like I say, you want to take these, grab them from the bottom, because they come apart. I keep all the screws together, that way it doesn't come apart. And when I put the new one on, I put the shipping bolts, and I'll be good. So let's measure up the caliper. And you guys gotta be careful because these do move. There's a little plate, a little guide plate on the bottom that moves. But once you get the screw started, should be okay. And these use the same screws, the longer screws. Me and the wife came up with the solution that I guess if you have a different prefix on your engine, NXS or MXS, you might use the smaller screws, but well, I measured these to the old ones and they're still the longer screws. So I guess all these use the longer screws. I am still going to measure them with the different valves. Hopefully, you know, it's the same thing, but so far, this valve cover only uses the same ones, the bigger screws. Okay, once you get them in there by finger or by hand at first, then you get your tool. Turning. And when I mean cross, I started at this one. Okay, now I'm going across to this. This is just for the people that don't know what I mean by cross. Okay, I get that one down, and then I go to this one, get this one a little bit tight, and then I go across to the next one. That's what we mean by when you tighten them, go crossways. Just you start up at one, go across from where the original one is. That's all it is. So let me torque this down, and then I'll take these little ones off. There she is, bolting down the valve number 3. So all the valves, pretty much the same thing, doing the same work, it all goes the same. So, you know, she's a real good helper, and she wants to get all hands-on and dirty, so it's not that I'm forcing her. She loves doing this stuff for her. Let them know, and they're not gonna believe it. I do. Yeah, so she's on there. The last one we're gonna do is this one, number 1. Like I said, they're all pretty much the same thing, plug and play type stuff. And the best thing about doing this yourself is you find problems that you could possibly fix yourself, or you don't know how much a mechanic is going to charge you for stuff like this. You don't know if the mechanics, I've dealt with a lot of shitty mechanics, you don't know if they're actually going to put the new part in there, the new actuator, or just test them to see if they're good and just lie about it and say, yeah, I changed all of them. So like this, at least I have a peace of mind, and I know that I changed all of them, and I know what I put in my engine. So let's keep it moving. We've been here for about an hour, taking our time. Like I said, the last one is here. I am going to do another video for you guys, so hope you guys stay in tune. We are also going to be changing the wiring harness. Okay, so the video is going to be too long, so I'm going to split it between these actuators, and then I'll put the other one a different day. So stay tuned. Well, we're all done. I did end up doing the freaking harness. I didn't do the video. Me and my wife were at it, fishing it out, fishing the new one in, and taking the freaking tabs off the sensors, and some of them would just not come out. It was so stressful, to say the least. Tiring. I'm glad she was there helping me out. I don't know how many of you guys have your own wife helping you guys out, but I think it's pretty cool. I never expected her to come and help me out, but she loves doing this stuff. She loves coming out here and helping me out. She's my number one. She's the one that's been having my back from the truck ever since I told her I bought one. Because I'll do another video about this, but I kept it a secret that I had bought from her, and then she learned to love it. She learned to come over here, and like I said, she's helping me out. Since I started doing my maintenance, when I started changing my own parts, she's always out here coming and helping me out. My boy Chico too. This time he was busy, but like I said, my wife was here. She was helping me out. We were both stressing. We were both tired. Appreciate all her freaking help. She went out with the kids to go get some lunch while I test drove the truck. It's always good to test drive your truck after you're finished, especially with stuff internally in the engine. So not only did I do the IVAs, but I did the wiring harness as well. So wanted to make sure nothing was off, because like I said, I'm gonna start doing some longer runs. Starting Monday, I'm gonna start doing some longer runs, more longer than I usually do. So I want everything to be okay. You owner operators, man, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Don't be afraid of working on your own truck. What's the worst you could do to save yourself some money? You mess up the part that you're trying to change. Okay, you know what? I guess it wasn't your turn to get your stuff right. You learn, you live and you learn. You break something down, I guess you can call, so a mechanic to come to your yard and fix it right. But if it's easy enough, do it, man. It's only gonna take you a few hours. It's gonna save you hundreds of dollars, because these mechanics think you're made out of money, and they charge you hundreds of dollars. That's exactly why I did it today, because this problem I've been having it with the Code 95, which derates my truck. And at first there was a couple people that were telling me it was the pressure switch for my IVAs, the oil pressure sensor, the sensor itself, the solenoid. Everything's brand new. I changed it about 2 times. Everything's brand new. It still kept on doing the same thing. I took it to the shop. They deleted the IVAs. I did not like the idea. It was running well, but I still got the damn code. And I know that when you do deletes, the code's not supposed to show up anymore. So I took it back to that damn shop. They put it back to factory. I'm not going to be racing anybody. I just want this working truck to be working. You know what I'm saying? So right there alone, I was down for 3 weeks. Not all at a time, but I worked one, took it to the shop, they took a week, worked another, took it to the shop, and it was 3 weeks. 3 weeks making no money, but them charging me, like, it made no damn sense. So we came to the conclusion, me and my wife, we were reading threads, we were reading comments on Facebook on the Caterpillar side, and well, my harness was so brittle. I wish I could have showed you, but I threw it out. It was so brittle, and the codes that was throwing me was 95 and 97 at the time. Okay, so that was the solenoid and the IVA oil pressure sensor. Now, those 2 sensors alone on the harness, there was connecting buds. I guess I tried to repair my harness at the time. So at that point, I was like, okay, it has to be the harness. It's not making good contact, or when it's hot enough and it's trying to reach at a certain point, it's not reading because it's not making good contact on those little repairs that they did. Okay, and it happened to be that those repairs that they did was on those 2 sensors that was throwing those codes, and it was derating me. I test drove the truck, not for long. It was running great. The IVAs, that even made my truck sound a little bit more aggressive. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's in my head, but like I said, I needed 2 of them, maybe 1 of them replaced, but I replaced all 6. It just gives me, like I said, it gives me a peace of mind that my truck's gonna be all right. I'm not gonna have any more problems down the road of them messing up on me, where I have to open up the valves again and again having to repair 2 more. Like I said, I bought all 6. The total charge on that was $1,300 just on the IVAs. You do get a $350 core charge, so in the end they come out being like $875. Not a bad. I decided to do it myself because, like I said, man, these mechanics are going at it, changing parts, trying to repair this, trying to repair that, and it's not the same parts or the parts that are supposed to be repaired. And like I said, I've dealt with a lot of shady mechanics where they don't put the parts that I give them, especially if they're internally. And this time it was easy enough for me to do it, where, hey, I got my hands dirty, I did it, I know they're there, I know they're right, I repaired it myself. The harness, even if I give it to mechanics, I'm not gonna miss it. It's bright yellow now, it's brand new. But like I said, they gotta charge. Even if it takes them 1 hour, 2 hours, they're gonna charge you $95 to $125, especially being in some electrical stuff. So I'm trying to save as much money as I can, y'all. Right now, it's not the best economy for trucking for us to be just spending money left and right. And like I said, whenever I can save myself a few bucks, then I'm gonna do it myself. Hopefully this was educational, or if not, at least a little bit helpful for whoever has the same engine that I do. This is for the Acer engines, C15s, but the twin turbo, as everybody likes to call them. They're not twin, they're compound. But that's for that. I have the BXS model. I know the NXS and the MXS have similar things internally in the engine. Might be the same, has to be the same, but it's the same concept. The Torx Plus, that's very, very important. You guys got to get the Torx Plus. Like I said, the ones taking off the IVAs were a 10 Plus, a Torx 10 Plus, and then the smaller ones that came in with the new IVAs as a shipping, there were 6, so they were even smaller. You could find them online, but they sell you a kit starting at like 8 plus to however you want. I bought the smaller kit, like I said, in that store in Bolingbrook, and Amazon. I found the 6 plus. It's real hard to find, but I finally found it. I was praying to God that they came through at the right time. It came in excellent. I was able to repair my stuff. So make sure you grab the right tools. Make sure you do your homework on stuff like this. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Like I said, I got the truck on for quite a bit, but got these shocks repaired as well, all 4 on the rear. Got them all repaired as well yesterday. Like I said, all of them, all 4 repaired, brand new. Reason for that was my ride was kind of bouncy already. Anything that I grabbed, I thought it was just with the 20s, excuse me. I thought I was just with the 20s that was bouncy, but hell no. Even Bob telling my ride was bouncy as hell, even on the smoothest road ever, man. Like, it was getting ridiculous. I did change those 2 in front about 2 months ago, and I hadn't changed the rear ones. The rear ones I hadn't changed since I bought this truck 3 years ago. So, man, we gotta change them at least once a year. A lot of guys tell me with this job that we have intermodal, they're saying, you know, every 6 months, but it's too much, man. The shocks are not cheap. They came up to about $370, and I had a mechanic come over here and change them because they were seized. The mechanic that I call over here, he's pretty cheap, man. He's one of the best as well. Comes over here, gives me good service. He charged me $120, so it was what, $30 per shock. Wasn't that bad. I don't mind giving that man, paying that man some money. He usually does my brakes because I don't have the equipment, I don't have the tools for that. But if I did, I would do my own brakes. But he usually comes over here, does my brakes, pretty cheap as well, pretty fast, efficient. Like I say, he's mobile. Now those mobile guys, the ones that have their own little truck going on, like I said, there's only a few of them that I trust working on my truck. Not internally in the engine, but you know, brakes here and there, tires here and there. Like Gotta help those guys out too, because they're one of us, man. They're trying to survive just like us, or, owner operators and stuff. But yeah, man, I hope you guys like the channel. I'm gonna leave you guys here. It's getting a little bit long on the channel, or on the video, I should say. And all the good deeds for me, to support me. Like the video, comment, subscribe, share if you could. I would really, really, really appreciate that from every single one of you guys. Thank you for the support, everybody that's been watching my channels and commenting, liking, and doing all that good stuff. Thank you all so much. You can also find me on TikTok and Instagram as Trucking with Sal, in case you guys have any questions there. You guys could always DM me, but like I said, comment, I'm always there. Let's grow this channel, and like I always say, man, let's keep moving forward, and may God bless you all.